everyone. Coach Sullivan here again with MGS Coaching Football. To my subscribers, I thank you. To those that haven't yet, I really hope you do. I'd also like to thank YouTube for giving us this platform. Just completed my 38th year coaching football, and I was a defensive coordinator. But over this span, I've also been an offensive coordinator, special teams coordinator, longtime head coach. All of this at both the collegiate and high school levels. What I'd like to talk to you about in this presentation is one of our Greyhound blitzes that we call Ringo. Okay, so it's Ringo Trio, and I'm going to show it to you versus both 11 and 10 personnel out of what is called our base. So non-subscribers, you're going to have to hit that button, okay? So over here I got the key terms, and then I'm going to bring those to life with more detail versus 11 up here, and then 10 down here, okay? And then on purpose versus the 11, I have the Greyhound Ringo coming opposite the back down here on the side of the back. Okay, again, on purpose, because it's going to show you the rules versus both the zone read as well as the power read, okay, by doing it that way. So over here, key terms, number one, Ringo. Okay, Ringo means the letter now, so non-subscribers push that button so you have access to the intro. But if it begins with an R, the outside linebacker is the dog. Okay, followed up by an I, which means inside linebacker. So rover or outside linebacker, which will make sense once I go over the versatility of this. When I say this, I mean our entire Greyhound family. Okay, rover or outside linebacker is the dog, Mike, and inside linebacker is the go. Okay, so Ringo, if I call it that way, more often than not, again, non-subscribers, hit that button to subscribe, and I'm not going to mention that again. Okay, you're just going to have to do it because you're going to hear things, you don't know what they mean, and if you hit subscribe, you'll have access to everything. Okay, the rover and the Mike travel together. Okay, so that's why the naming is, okay, rover or outside linebacker. Again, I'll build in the versatility, Mike or inside. So it's rover and Mike. Okay, and then there is the versatility factor, which I'll be getting to quicker than you realize. So the dog defender, right, who is the rover or outside linebacker. This is good versus any and all schemes. I'm going to show it to you versus what is the reason why the Greyhound family was created. Zone read and power read, including RPO, right? Everybody's doing it. So we came up with this as a nice change up to try and defend all three scenarios, zone read, power read, RPO. Okay? But it is good versus everything. We run this versus two-back power. So you have force versus run two, which means boot versus run away, quarterback. Okay? Now, here we go. Power read. Dog defender has the outside portion of it if it's coming to him. You'll see that up here. Or he has, the near threat when it's going away from him, which you'll see down here. Okay? D has quarterback versus the zone read. Okay? You'll see that down here. All right? And versus pass, outside cage with one scenario, running back flare two. Okay? But I'm not going to go over that in this presentation. Number three, the go defender, who is the Mike or inside linebacker, as we're almost down to versatility. Okay, again, since it's still equally as good versus everything, spill versus run two, bend versus run away. Okay, so you're going to see that in both cases, top and bottom. Power read, he has the inside when it's coming to him. So you'll see that up here. Or he has the far threat when it's going away from him. You'll see that down here. Right? Versus the zone read, he has the dive. And I have it in different order here, but I kept it consistent because of up there, in case people are wondering. Okay, so you'll see how that plays out when we get down to here. Okay, on the zone read. And versus pass, in this order, screen, no screen, draw, no screen or draw, quarterback. Okay? Number four, stick is automatic. So I'm just going to illustrate that up top. But in other presentations, certainly other blitzes and families, stick is a tag. Here it's automatic. So that's why the word stick's not even mentioned. Okay? Now the versatility. Right? We're talking it's versatile for a game plan, or more important to me at least, it's versatile for game adjustments. Okay, so as an example, you're game planning. Let's say 11 personnel, they've shown that they're not going to run a lot of zone read, but they're going to run a ton of power read to the tight end. Okay, so we're going to run Ringo then. That's Rover and Mike because they're going to be on the tight end side. Okay? Or here's your versatility. Let's say the game plan is when the halfback is away, they're going to run zone read to the side of the halfback. Maybe, maybe not, run power read away. So we call Ringo, but then that's where we get the versatility down here, letter C, just the outside linebacker on the side of the back and the inside linebacker on the side of the back, they execute it. So all over here they'd say is check Daytona Buffalo, Ringo, 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 and they'd run it because that's the side of the halfback. Okay? So you can have it so the Rover and Mike execute it no matter what. So regardless of where the back is, Rover and Mike going to execute. That's one plan. This is the game adjust. You do that. And now all of a sudden, if they're giving you 10 personnel where they hadn't given you 10 personnel before, and now all of a sudden they're running a ton of power read, so you really rather be blitzing opposite the back, let's just say, okay? So letter C gives you the ability, here is Ringo, you call it, ends up being Rover and Mike, and now all of a sudden it's 10 personnel, so in this case it would be the diamond backer. So that the option of outside, inside linebacker, no matter who it is, executes it. There's your versatility. The bottom line in letter D here, the players just learn the rules. Who's got the dog, who's got the go. Okay? And that's where the game adjustments come in. Okay, guys, we call Ringo. Here's what we want. We want it on the side of the back. So if that's not you, Rover, right? Dime, you execute, and you just say it to your players. Outside, inside linebacker, side of the back, execute the Ringo. Okay, that's the versatility. That way you don't have to come up with 18 different names for every possible scenario, and it makes it easier to make those game adjustments. Okay, so now over here up top, I'm going to diagram just the quarterback and the halfback in green, the people involved in the blitz in black. Okay, so the call is Ringo, and we're going to do this. Letter A scenario. That means Rover and Mike execute it no matter what, which means whether or not you're on the side of the back. Okay, and again, the scenario would be, of course, has to be Rover's executing it no matter what, right? So you're prepared, always prepared, so that your backer knows if he's on the side of the lucky Ringo, he's in it. But it's going to be Rover no matter what. Okay? So everybody got that? This is what we want. We prefer it's Rover and Mike, but minimum it's going to be the Rover, B, and the other inside linebacker if the formation dictated it. Okay? So I'm hoping that makes sense for you. So up top here, it's a lucky, which means a Louie, because the Rover and the Mike happen to be on the left, tight end side. Okay? First thing we're going to do is we're going to show you the power read up here only. Power read coming to the Greyhound Blitz. Okay, Ringo, coming to it. So here comes the outside portion of it. And there's the inside portion of it, right? So remember, dog defender outside, he's when it's coming to him. So that's the scenario you're going to see up here first. Okay? So first of all, the inside linebacker. In this case, it is the Mike, and it will actually be the case on the bottom as well. Okay? He has to what we call hedge to the edge. So his landmark is, okay, the heels of his defensive end, and he's going to be off the edge of the tackle. So on the snap indicator, we'll say it's this. Non-subscribers, you have to push the button. I'm not mentioning that again. He's going to hedge correctly to that landmark, and now he can see the football. The ball is snapped. Let me take care of the stick first. Call side defensive end. Sticks A, no slants A away. Right, there it is. Boom, done. The dog, who's the rover in this case, right, outside linebacker, his course, okay, he is going to, I'll use this arm because it'd be that side. He's going to club and rip. Club and rip. The inside here. Club and rip that inside to get upfield to that landmark. When the back's away, he wants to take a landmark, not perfectly straight up the field, but pretty doggone close. Okay, versus a tight end. So that's a club and rip move. Club and rip so he can clear that tight end and get up the field. The go blitzing inside linebacker executes his C crash off the butt of the tackle. Okay, so see how this works? Outside, the zone read's coming to him. Dog defender tackles the outside portion of the power read. Here it is. He cancels it out. The C crash, the go, right? The go defender takes the inside portion of it, which is the quarterback. See? Inside, outside. So that cancels that. Okay? Now, the only thing I'm going to do with the coverage in trio, right? Ringo trio, Louis on the snap, screwing down, and he's reading surface, but he has tight end. He's rotating middle. Safety spin to the side of the blitz. Okay? Because there's an outside linebacker involved. So that is Ringo, tight end side, opposite the back. Okay? Down here, 10 personnel. So it's 10. The kids make an even call. So that affects how they line up. We're still middle of the field. Gun Detroit East. And now it's a Liz. Ringo call. Because see, Rover right minimum. Rover Mike, Rover minimum. We're inside linebacker. In both scenarios, it happens to be the Rover and the Mike. Okay? So now on this side is the zone read. On this side is power read away. So now in this particular scenario, we're going to address the aways, okay? Aways. In addition to, we're going to examine dive zone read, okay? So dive or quarterback, okay? So again, same scenario. Snap indicator, hedge to the edge, same landmark, okay? Ball snapped. There's the stick, ball snapped. There's the go, ball snapped. Now there's a definitive aiming point, dip a step in the backfield. You don't have to worry about clubbing and ripping because you're detached, okay? So now, zone read, there's the dive, there's the quarterback. So remember, go defender, right? Spill run 2, bend versus run away, dive versus zone read. C crash, there's the dive. He's got it. Okay? Dog defender, quarterback versus zone read. So as that hip disappears, it's going to bend him in a little bit so he can take the quarterback. Minimum, he's going to force the quarterback to cut inside. That's the force part of it. Remember, force, run 2. Okay, so everybody got that? So that takes care of the zone read. Before I go to the power read away, Same scenarios up here. Roger, snap of the ball, safety spin. Right, sorry, there's 2 and 1. Again, reading the surface, runner pass. Safety opposite the call, spinning to the right, middle of the field. Okay? So that takes care of that. So now all I have to do, to be honest, is now show you the power read away. So here it goes. Okay? So the go defender first, right? Far threat when power reads away. Well, technically, this is the far threat. Now just think, this is where we're never, ever put our guys in conflict. Bend versus run away. This is run away. He is bending. That's also the same as getting to the far threat. See how this works? The only point I want to make is that if the quarterback were to cross his face on the way, he's going to tackle the quarterback. He's not going to say, oh, go ahead, I'm supposed to get the far threat. He'll tackle the quarterback on the way if the quarterback crosses his face, okay, to answer that question. But there it is right there. So now, near threat, right? Now the dog defender is bending. He's still probably 2-3 yards or so, roughly, all right, into the backfield. And now he will most likely tackle the near threat, which is the quarterback. Okay? So there's a scenario where we're executing the Greyhound Blitz opposite the back. Here it is, Greyhound Blitz side of the back. So how we played the zone read and how we play power read away. Okay? But again, I want to emphasize, Greyhound Blitz, in this case Ringo, is good versus all run schemes. Power 2-back scheme, ISO scheme, counter scheme, gap scheme, inside zone, outside zone is good versus everything. Okay? So as I said at the beginning, to my subscribers, I thank you. I hope I teased non-subscribers enough to get you to push the button. It doesn't cost a thing. To YouTube, I want to thank you again for this opportunity. And to everyone, questions, please reach out to me at Coach MJ Sullivan at gmail.com. It's starting to happen. I'm learning more football. I know I'm helping people on the other side of the screen. So let's get together.